Hey there guys, how you doing? Welcome. I just thought I'd give you a quick update on how Grayskull's coming on, as recently it's had a new CPU put in and some new RAM. So the CPU is definitely a big upgrade from the 9600 APU, so now running a 2200G, and the RAM has gone from 2666 up to 3200, which will definitely help with the APU's graphics. So I will stick some benchmarks up later on for you to see what it's running at now, what the scores are coming up, and I will link some some sites where the average speeds are so you can see that there's a difference. But as you can see, the eyes have been put in. They're linked to the power, so when I turn it on in a minute, they will light up. At the moment, I'm just using I can't see it at the moment. I'm just using a little flick switch, so flick that on in a minute. So you'll see the lights come on. There's TV in the background there, so once I flick this on, you'll see the lights, and then hopefully you'll see how quickly it loads. There you go. It's got a AMD 1700 Spire cooler in there, so the cooling's more than what it came with. So overclocking the GPU was pretty easy, and yeah, I will get there. Temperatures are very good. So as you can see, we're in the desktop already. Now I'm just going to quickly, there we go. Now as you can see, we got some He-Man backgrounds. These will change every minute to another one. So I'll come back to it when it changes anyway. So as you can see, here's the processors running away in there. The RAM, there's no other external graphics in there at all. We'll open up and see it in a minute anyway. And there you go. It's changed to a different background. I do need to kind of sort out the pictures so they come up a certain way in Windows without leaving the big black lines. I don't want to stretch them, and I want them to fill correctly where the parts of the pictures are not going to be cut out. So a bit of photoshopping, I think, later, or gimping later on. As you can see, I've got Lunchbox on there. That's going to be for the emulators. Steam's on there. It is going to be mainly a Steam machine, and install some Epic games and GOG games. But this is what it's mainly for. Just a basic gaming machine. Plays Resident Evil 7 quite well on stock medium settings at 30 FPS. It looks quite decent. So let's get her opened anyway. Well, actually, let's have a look around at first. So here we go. Let's turn it around. So as you can see, there's the HDMI extender. This is going to be glued out. It's going to be glued in somewhere, probably around here, and then a bit of plastic or something to fill in here. Probably USB ports here. Don't know about here. I'm sure we can sort something out. As you can see, the power plug is going to go in here at some point. And let me turn it around a bit more. You'll see where the motherboard's been held in by those 3 bolts. They'll have to be, coloured in just to, they do stick out from a distance, so I need some way of making them kind of look in there, maybe some, spray painting them. We'll get to that anyway at a later date. Let's keep turning. And this is probably where the Nintendo's power and reset switch is going to go again, so I need to print out some plastic to hold it in. You can see the printer's over there, needs to be repaired quickly. So we'll get that working up and running next few days, hopefully. Oh, sorry, nudging wires, and then just the standard holding it hinges to hold it closed. Now let's open that up. I'm just going to move it. Maybe I should have put the camera somewhere, but there's nowhere to bloody put it behind me. So there we go. So there's the motherboard. And as you can see, There's nothing else in there powering it other than what you see right now. Of course, there's a Pico PSU at the back, as you can see, coming up. So the motherboard's going to get moved up a couple of centimeters. I need to find somewhere locally that'll cut wood. Wait, it's just changed again. It's just cut the wood in ways where, like a laser cutter kind of thing. I don't know what the other thing's called. Where you can have the wood cut completely the way you want it to, with the insides taken out, so like a laser cut. I was considering, but I'm probably not going to go with it. I'll show you in a second. I've got a GTX 1050 here, like sitting here. Some sort of I could kind of get some blank PCI thing sockets. 3D print something, and for the motherboard, the graphics card to sit on, and it could. But to be honest, I really don't know if the power supply, even though it's a 300 watt power supply, I don't want to stress it out too much. It could sit like that. Maybe an option in the future. As you can see, here's a behemoth of a 980 GTX. Takes up pretty much all the space, and there's no way the power supply is going to hold this going. Oh, so you got 500 gig SSD at the back here, but you got two M2.SATA ports here that I will add on at some point as well. What else I was going to say, you got six, I believe, two USB and 4x4 and one USB-C. Now you can see the Steam controllers in there, and that'll just, believe me, I don't use this for gaming, but it doesn't actually make too bad of a mouse. As you can see there, you can probably hear it. I don't know if you can see the, nope, don't think you can see it very well. So, and then of course the 360 dongle, so that'll be for the controller, so I'll be using mainly 360 controllers, and of course just the standard stock mouse. There's another Grayskull picture, and really that's really all I can say. As you can see, here's the eyes letting up. I will get there one day. Lit there, and that's going in there. I need to sort out all this wiring. That will all be fine-tuned and sort it out, but really I want to get the wood sorted out at some point once I finalise where the motherboard will finally settle. Put something, little supports at the back. Also, this is just consideration, but as I would consider using CRT TVs, which you think you can't use, I actually have a little S-video converter, so I would go from the VGA to a little box that would do S-video, and that would go to like a CRT, so maybe just play Resident Evil 7 at 480p on a CRTV just for a laugh. You never know. That's the least of my worries right now. Really don't know what else to show you now. I was thinking of stuff, but you know, we'll get around. I'll show you the benchmark videos after the edit. So I hope you like what you see, and I hope to see other builds other people are doing of certain, I don't know, 80s toys like the Ghostbusters. I was thinking of in the future of doing the oh, what's it called out of the Turtles? The techno something, the big tank thing with the eye on top, and having a Raspberry Pi inside that air. I'm sure there's people out there screaming at me, you know, why are you wasting this castle on such a piece of crap? But you gotta remember, this castle was just sitting at the top of the shelf, no door. Again, that has to be 3D printed. I've already designed it. I will try and show that later on in the video. Well, I've not finalised it, but I've designed it. I've printed out a quick reference door just to see how it fits in there, because I want air going through it as well, some form of air, so the processor doesn't get suffocated from cool air, should I say. And maybe in the future I will overclock the processor a little bit more. I think the GPU's hit its limit. I might be able to squeeze a wee bit more out of it, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to leave it there for now, guys. I hope you like it, and speak soon. Bye.